Blog Talk Radio.
Yo, what's good, people? Welcome to another episode of What's the Word with LJ Mental Podcast. And as always, I'm your host with the most, LJ. Appreciate you for joining me again another week. We still locked down in this motherfucker. We still going. I'm not feeling the best. Got a little bit of a headache, but we still going. It's all good. I gotta keep it going. Man, this week and last week it's a lot of shit that's going on, and we gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into it. First off, I just want to say, man, oh man, I'm excited as hell for they bringing back Power. Power is my favorite show that was on TV, and they're gonna continue the next chapter, Powerbook 2. They just announced last Friday, I believe it was. Had the announcement trailer. They're coming back in September, and I can't wait. That is my favorite show. I'm disappointed. Those of you who have seen Power, I mean, it's been months already since the last episode of Power, so if you missed it, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, it's gonna be different now that Ghost is gone. And they splitting the shows up. They got a bunch of spin-off shows, but the first spin-off is Powerbook 2, the next chapter with the character that killed his father, Tariq. I'm real interested to see how this gonna work, how they gonna do it. What type of thing? I'm just thinking about everything. Like, how is the intro gonna look, the theme song, how the character's gonna be. It's gonna be wild to see. I can't wait to check that out. And I always love this show, and I know they got some spin-offs coming after that where they're gonna go in the past, and talk about the origin stories of how Ghost and Tommy, the two main characters of Power, came up, and they mentor Kanan. I know they gave a little glimpse of that the last episode of Power. They showed a little, looks like they were in high school with Angela, Ghost, and Tommy. They showed a little glimpse of them younger. So it looks like they're going to do that too. And they're going to do Powerbook 4, where they're going to take next step with Councilman Tate. It looks like he'll be the main character of that. And I think my favorite spinoffs, it looks like, will be with Tommy, who's one of my favorite characters on the show, Powerbook 5. I can't wait to see how that's going to look. But yeah, Powerbook 2, looking forward to that. Should be good. They got the same team in place. And I think the writers, Courtney Kemp, who created the show, she is amazing. The whole team with Gary Lennon and all of them. And 50, of course, who's one of my favorite people in entertainment. They doing their thing out there, and can't wait for Powerbook 2. With that being said, keeping on the subject of 50 and Tip, we're going to get into my word of the week. Which is my word of the week is eras, and I'm gonna get into why that's the word of the week in a minute. But keeping on the subject of 50, I'm gonna get into a little bit about this T.I. situation. Now, Tip, he was on IG Live with Fat Joe. Well, I think Fat Joe has a live every week, and Tip was on there with him Friday, and he talked about why he called out 50, and it's good. I think it will be a good matchup. We still don't know if it's gonna actually happen. But Tip basically said that, hey man, my catalog better than his. And 50 Cent, he mentioned 50 Cent is a showman. And he always talking about people, and hip hop is the culture is competitive. That's what it's all about. And this will be a perfect person to go up against. I don't know if it's going to actually happen. I hope it does. But, yeah, we're going to see. Now, a battle that is going to actually happen is DMX and Snoop Dogg. That's going to happen next week, next Wednesday. I believe on IG Live through verses like all the other ones. So that actually should be a good one too. I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna definitely be tuned into that. Who I think Snoop takes that one over DMX. I fuck with X too, but I think Snoop, if you talking hits, it's not close. I mean, DMX got some joints. But Snoop definitely, yeah, he been relevant for way too long. And you think about it, it's really not close because DMX had about, I'll say from about 98 to about, he had a good 5-year window where he was probably the top guy or one of the top 3 guys between maybe Jay-Z, Nas, a couple other guys. But during that time period, yeah, DMX was hot. And after that, he kind of, I know he has some issues going on, and I'm not going to get into that, but at all. But yeah, he had a 5-year window where, yeah, he was definitely, if not the guy, one of the top guys for sure. And but Snoop has been, yeah, he's been around for way too long and still relevant. So yeah, I think Snoop got him with that. You got records like Deep Cover, What's My Name. You got the Drop It Like It's Hot, the Vato record, Sensual Seduction. Yeah, Snoop got joints, man. So yeah, that should be good though. I'm definitely tuned into that, and I can't wait to see that. So yeah, this is why I call this the word errors, because it's been conversation for a little while now, and I want to talk about it. About the youngins versus like the old head. It's like generational gaps between how things are conducted. Obviously, social media and the internet has changed everything. And I saw something online earlier this week, and I've even had a few discussions about what year. And I've always wondered this too. What year do you start being considered an old head? Like, because the '80s babies, I saw it online where they said, I think the 80s babies was like the last one. Is really the first one that saw like really this change between how things were in the world to the 80s babies were really the first ones to truly see the shift from like I guess the adolescence to teenage years to adulthood. We was really the first ones to see like basically everything we saw before there was the internet. And then during adolescence and teenagers, we started to see the internet. Then beepers came, cell phones, and now we still young enough to really conduct ourselves and to be able to know, like, okay, this is still our generation. It's still considered millennials. What's the cutoff age on what's the old age? I really want to know, like, what's the cutoff age? Because I even some of my young cousins, some younger people I know, like it's kind of hard to even talk music even them because you got some cats that's younger. I just can't listen to them. Like, for example, I don't know. That's not my era, obviously. I guess even though I'm still young enough, there's still some younger artists I listen to, but still, like some of them, I just don't know what the hell they be saying. But I fuck with Lil Baby, the Baby. Some of the younger artists I like, IBN Corday. Some of the other ones I don't really care for. But yeah, those are a couple I do like. But that's just one example. Even like how a lot of people get offended on social media, and for good reason. Some things I think people get offended way too easily with certain things. It's crazy. It's a whole different world now. And I always wondered that. Is it in the 90s where people just getting away with murder with a lot of things they said and did back then? Or is it now everything's getting exposed? It could be. I think that's a good conversation to have as far as, like, yeah, because the 90s was a really crazy time. I know that for sure. And even the early 2000s a little bit. But now everything, whether you say something or do something, if you're in the spotlight, it's going to get talked about. It's going to get exposed. especially now with TMZ around. Yeah, they see basically everything. I don't even know how the hell they be knowing where people be at, but they do. But yeah, it's a whole different world now. But as far as this generational gap, to expand on that, it's just wild now because, like, I think even when you talk about the 90s babies, like in the early 90s, I think they still old enough to say, okay, they're similar to the 80s babies where they still seem like, okay, how things were before the internet era, but not really. I think the cutoff for me would be like the 80s babies from like 1980 to 89. We was the last ones to really see how things were. And my mom used to say we was the last kids to play outside. And obviously the kids don't play outside now because there's coronavirus going on right now. But that's one thing I wonder, like, I don't really see kids, like, playing outside no more. Like, I don't know. I remember back because me, I was born in 88, so I'm a late 80s baby. But I remember, like, after my generation, like, getting older, even my hometown and the other cities I'm into, I'm like, man, I don't really see kids playing outside like how we was playing. Like, we would do street versus street, football games in the street. We'd be hooping. We'd be doing whatever. The kids have real creative and imaginative, come up with wild, crazy games to do. But, yeah, I don't really see that. I don't know. Is it because Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, social media, and even I noticed when you go to family gatherings, remember even 5 years ago, family gathering, and damn near everybody on their phone the whole time. I'm like, this shit is crazy. And I noticed it. And I'm like one of the cats that's one of the younger ones. And there was a couple people younger than me there, but for the most part, I was one of the younger cats there, and I'm like, damn, everybody on their phone. It was only a couple of us having a conversation. I'm sorry, I was about to say conversing. But yeah, there was only a couple of us conversing, and everybody else on their damn phone. I'm like, yo, what's up with y'all, man? Like, this era is just wild. So yeah, it's just, I think, what do y'all think though, man? Like, as far as like different generation, what do you think the cutoff year is for? Just a couple things. What's the cutoff year for old heads? What do you think about as far as how things were before then, now, if you were enough or young enough? Or just period, like how things are now, like is there like a huge gap? Is it minimal? Is it large? Like what you think? I think it's I'm somewhere in the middle. I don't think it's as huge as people think, the gap, but I do think it's definitely a gap there as far as like how we conduct ourselves and behave. And that's with any generation, obviously. The generation before my era is going to be way different. But I think this pivotal time, because the internet really has changed the whole world. So, yeah, it's interesting. But, yeah, I got to get into some stuff, too, about Nick Cannon. I don't like what happened to him this week. I don't like it. I think he spoke the truth. He may not have said it the way I guess would be considered right in the public eye. That's why he was let go from Viacom, CBS, as far as like claiming that black people are the real Israelites, and he called white folks savages. Now, obviously, he's not saying all white people are savages. That's not what he was saying. He really listened to what he was saying. But yeah, I mean, Nick Cannon, I think he was speaking the truth as far as maybe not all the way as far as, and I get the Jewish community was very upset, and a lot of the Jewish people own these companies, and he was let go by them. But yeah, it's too bad, and I'm curious to see how they're gonna handle Wildin' Out now, which is a show he created, big show on MTV. I'm interested to see if do he own the rights to that, and will he take it somewhere else. yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see. I would hope he would be able to do that. That he would own. We need to see more black-owned products and able to take them wherever they want. I would love to see him do that, where he can take it somewhere else, wherever you want, and possibly put it on a black network. That would be great if he could do that. But yeah, and it's interesting too. I talked about this earlier this week. The conversation that he was having that with, as far as the Israelites, and obviously calling them white folks savages. The person he was talking to was Professor Griff. You don't know who that is. He was a former member of Public Enemy rap group who was basically anti-establishment. And one of their biggest records, obviously, is Fight the Power. And Professor Griff was kicked out of Public Enemy some years ago because for speaking out and basically for similar to what Nick Cannon was saying. So I found that very interesting that he was speaking to Professor Griff, of all people, while this was going down. I just found that very interesting because of what transpired with him. And there's even two videos of Professor Griff where he explains all of this. And he talks about all these books about calling out, speaking the truth, and calling out the secret societies, and calling and just speaking on just knowing your real history, especially of us black folks, people of color. And I don't think he's preaches his hate speech either, but he just wants you to know the truth, and that's all I really want to know is the truth. But yeah, it's just I just found that very interesting. And it's not a coincidence that they let him go. He was having that conversation with Professor Griff. But yeah, I mean, we all need to be educated too. I mean, I'm not saying I know everything. Not saying Nick Cannon knows everything. We all need to be educated more on different things and knowing the truth. And we just have to be open to it too and accept it. And some parties aren't able to accept that, unfortunately, and it's too bad. But yeah, and but on this business, I hope Nick Cannon can take that his platform of and Nick Cannon he good. He got other businesses too. I don't think he should rap no more. But yeah, I think he should definitely continue to do his podcast. Hope he can take Wildin' Out somewhere else and all his other ventures that he's doing. I would love to see that. That would be dope to see all of that. See all of them thrive and build up and put that on a black platform. And yeah, and I'm just continuing this to talk about we need to put more money in these black businesses as well. We do. And I'm going to put it out there again. I've been talking about it as far as my website, MentorDesignsInc.com, where you can get all your graphic design needs, get your photography needs, and cop some clothes also. All that's there. Go on MentorDesignsInc.com right now. You gotta promote each other. Promote yourself too. It's not gotta promote yourself. Be confident in yourself so you can thrive. Believe in yourself. Definitely. I want everybody to thrive. I want everybody to win. We can agree to disagree on stuff later, but that shit don't matter at the end of the day. We gotta thrive out here. You gotta survive. Do what you can to survive. Even if it don't seem like things aren't working out, you just gotta have a plan. You know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Make this shit work out. You know what I mean? But yeah. And also too, back to the music real quick. I want to address this too about Pusha T and Young Thug. For one, anybody that knows me know I'm sorry, I don't like Young Thug's music at all. I think he's trash. I think Pusha T is a way much superior rapper than he is. I don't disrespect the Young Thug, but I don't like what he stands for at all. I don't like his music. And, yeah, I don't like how, for one, he calls himself a straight man, but yet he tries to promote other straight men to wear a dress. If you gay, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not homophobic. I don't care what you do. But my issue is you calling yourself a straight man and you're promoting other men to wear a dress. I have a problem with that. I'm sorry. I don't agree with it. Do what you do, but don't be out here trying to promote other dudes to do that. That ain't it, bro. And your music is just, it just ain't it for me. But because the issue that Pusha T and Young Thug had, Pusha T obviously had a beef with Drake, if you don't know, and Pusha T bodied Drake when it happened. Drake took his first L, took his first loss, and Pusha T he had a diss on Pop Smoke's song, but that was taken off his album, and Young Thug is upset that Pusha T saying, "Oh, you only doing this for clout," and "Oh, you just wanted to be bigger on other records." And I don't think that's the case at all. Pusha T don't have to do that. Like, Pusha T is winning regardless. They all winning. Even Young Thug is winning right now. So, I mean, Pusha T don't got to do that. Pusha T even said, I don't need your approval for my verse. Who are you to tell me what I should say on my verse? Like, come on, man. Like, that's whack. But Young Thug, just to be fair though, in Young Thug's defense, because I don't want to be biased, because I'm not a fan of Young Thug. That's one thing I don't want to be, is biased. But I can see his point of view because he's homies with Drake, and he say like, "Yo, you making me look crazy because I'm on a song, and how I'm supposed to explain that to Drake? Like, yo, I'm on a song with you, co-signing your shit, and you dissing my homie." So I could see his point, but I mean, he could just tell. I mean, I don't know. It's wild. But yeah, I mean, I think Pusha T is dope, and the verse he spit on that song is dope. What's the name? I forgot the name of that record. Look it up. It's a dope record though. And back when they was having they dispute Pusha T and Drake when it was at his height a couple years ago. Actually, it's been going on way longer than that. They went back and forth. You don't know, back to back. I mean, and Drake is a dope artist. I mean, I know a lot of people make fun of Drake the way he sounds sometimes, but obviously he's the biggest artist in the world right now. But yeah, I mean, I prefer Pusha T overall. But yeah, the record is called Paranoia. Pusha T, Young Thug, and Gunna is on the track too. But yeah, it's a real dope verse. And Pusha T went in, and yeah, I definitely think they should. I wonder if Pop Smoke heard it though. That's something I'd be interested to know. Like, did Pop Smoke hear that verse and say, "Oh, that's dope, put that on my album"? I don't even know how. And 50/50 executive produced this project because he knew Pop Smoke, and he wanted to have his hands on this project due to his untimely demise. So yeah, I'm interested. I wonder if Pop Smoke heard that verse and say, "Oh yeah, definitely." And you don't want to change something out of respect for him because it's his album. Saying like, "Yo, I don't want to alter that." So yeah, that's interesting. I would like to know that, but I don't know. It's real interesting, man. But yeah, where do you guys stand on this though? As far as this old head, young head argument. And what's the cutoff age? What do y'all see? And I'm interested to know too, like what battles do I want to see? Like, cause this is obviously, I spoke on this a few weeks ago, as far as these IG battles, that this is gonna be a new thing even after the coronavirus. I think this is gonna be a thing. Like, from now on, we've seen it. I wonder would people go back in and do it again? People that already did it. Because, I mean, some artists, they got their catalogs, but they still don't make music. They might want to go back in and do it again. Who knows? And play more records. I mean, you never know. I mean, I want this Tip and 50 joint to happen. I really hope it does for the culture. And I know Snoop said he wanted to battle Jay-Z. But a lot of people don't think Jay-Z would do any verses because of the type of cat he is. He just want to stay in the cut, stay out of something like that. And I know Puffy, Dr. Dre, Puffy was talking about that was going to happen, also known as Diddy. But Puffy, he was saying him and Dre was going to do it. But and Dr. Dre, I don't see him actually doing it either. Maybe Snoop can play some Dre records that he was on. Like Little Ghetto Boy, or obviously Deep Cover was another one, or Nothing But a G Thing, Let Me Ride. Those are dope records that they both worked on. But we'll see, man. How he gonna handle this one? That's gonna be real interesting. And I'm looking, and I see that they're closing up some cities again. Because the outbreak, they were saying that this is going to be a second coming of this coronavirus outbreak. I know people tired of being out, but we got to take precaution. I don't know where we're going to go for here. I got my own conspiracy theory about this whole thing. I might get into that on another episode. I'm thinking about it. That's not what this episode is about today, but yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. I got my own little theory on that, so we might get into that at a later date. But yeah, stay up, stay doing what you're doing, and you got passion, project, you got business you want to get in, just do it. Especially this time. I hope everybody using their time wisely, and that's what it seemed like mad people are doing. And I know it's easier said than done too. You got your stressful shit going on, but yeah, it can definitely be done though. As far as launching your passion project, launching a business, and is to do your research on your own, connect with people, make it happen. But yeah, this has been another episode of What's the Word with LJ Mentor Podcast. I appreciate you for joining me. I'm your host, LJ, and I'm out.